how's it going, people? It is the Hoff here, and today I am bringing to you the Ecobee4. So I just got it in. Love when new products come in earlier than expected for shipping, and I have two of them down here because I have two HVAC units. One's upstairs, one's downstairs for my heating and air. So what I'll do is first we're going to unbox one of these, and then I'll use that one as the install overview, and then by myself off camera I'm going to do the other one because what's the point of you seeing both being installed when they're both the same thing. Now going over the box, as you see down here, a room with a sensor and built-in Alexa voice services. So these come with a sensor, and you can buy more of these sensors to put in your rooms to be able to detect motion, as well as to make sure that when it detects the motion, that room gets the temperature you set versus other rooms if need be. So going over, you see it comes with a room sensor. For comfort, you have full control with iOS or Android. It's meant to help keep the energy use low, and they say you can save an average of 23% annually on cooling and air. You can now do more, so anything you can do with the Amazon Echo voice service, you can do with this, but I don't believe that this has ESP like the Amazon Echo. I saw before it didn't. I'll verify that it didn't get an update, but that's basically all it's waiting on, is an update for that, so that way the other Echoes do not talk when they hear it. But anything that the Echo services use with Alexa, it will be able to do as well. And it has the far field voice recognition and a speaker on it, along with at the top a light bar. So without further ado, let's crack one of these bad boys open and let's start looking at all of the features. So, mind you, I'm trying to get this done one-handed. Eventually, I will be having a full camera setup, but my whole stuff will always be in my house, because what's the point of doing studio to show you guys stuff inside of a studio when you're going to be using this stuff in your house? So if you're looking for honest review feedback, most of what you use is going to be household products. Why do you want to hear it or see it in somebody's studio that they have just for YouTube? To me, that is ridiculously stupid, but their idea is they need something to show and work off to make the best lighting, make good presentation, but I am going to show it to you as you will be using it, because that is the purpose. So, from the looks of it, this has a shell on the inside that just doesn't want to slip out very easily. So, looking at it, it says room sensors measure temperature, deliver comfort in the rooms that matter the most. On the other side of the box, it just shows you what it includes, which is smart thermostat, the room sensor, installation guide, backplate, a trim plate, all the screws you need, and a power extender kit just in case. And then the bottom just goes over the information and says it's Wi-Fi and where the actual parts are made. So from the looks of it, the bottom comes up, and here you have the actual smart thermostat itself. It has the light bar You have your screen, you have the clear plastic for protection, and then the backing on there, and the Ecobee at the bottom. Here you have your unit. There's already a battery installed, but in order to make sure that the battery itself doesn't deplete, you have the pull tab, and then you could take off this right here, and it should come with, yep, right here. So you'd stick that on, that way you can stand it somewhere. Here is your installation guide and your plates. So you have the entire installation guide. There's the labels, which is really good to make sure that the wires you take off are going to be the same wires going in the next spot, because the wires are not labeled when you pull off most of your thermostats. This one goes over how to set up the voice control service. And then we have how to install, which has guide 1, 2, and then if you need services, and how to install the room sensor. Here we have the power extender. Hopefully I don't need that. That's generally for older homes. And then here we have the other plate with the screws, and as you see, there is a leveler on there to make sure that you get this as level as possible. And then this is RC, you must have RC wire to connect to it. So that covers everything as you see of what comes in the Ecobee4. Next, we will get into the general installation and then go to the setup. Okay, so here's what I'm dealing with as far as my old thermostat that's going to be replaced. And as you see, it's getting in hotter up here. And then there is the back. I have OB, Y, R, the crucial C wire, so I don't need to add in that special attachment they have, and then auxiliary or E. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off. I'm going to label them with the labeler as I take them off, and then I will show you once the back plate is off with them all labeled, so you yourself see what it looks like when you should have everything off. You should be able to do this fairly simple. Just take one at a time off, label it. I already turned the power off. I'm going to take the back plate off and be done with it. So I'll see you right when I'm done. Okay, so after you went ahead and you pulled it off, you're going to end up with something like this. You're going to have the hole in the walls from your nails. You're going to have the hole with the wire sticking out. And then you got to decide on if you want your Ecobee to be right there and if it will cover it. So if you notice, yes, my unit will cover partial but not everything. So I am going to go with the special trim plate to make it look a little bit nicer of a unit, because I don't want corners of paint like that sticking there. That's my biggest gripe right now about it, and it will just look better with it like that. I have all the wires labeled, everything is good to go. So what I'll do next is I will put on the trim plate and show you the aftermath of that. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Trim plate goes up, the wires come through, and I'll show you what that looks like. And that's your decision on whether you want it or not. They say you don't have to. You can just use the Ecobee itself, but sometimes the Ecobee by itself just is not good enough to cover your old unit. Now, if this is a new house, then yes, that works perfect. So what you're seeing here is I have the trim piece on, and then I have the back plate on with all the wires connected. I took off the wire labels, seeing how they're all connected now, so I can get nice and snug up in there. You have the leveler in there to make sure that you have it all leveled when it is up. Forgive me for the bad camera angles, seeing how I am my own cameraman here and I'm trying to do the best I can. I know it can be a little shaky, so if you want to comment below how bad some of my camera angles are, feel free to do so. But at the same time, if you want to help me create better videos with good camera angles, because I don't have a cameraman yet, you can always watch the videos, like the videos, and subscribe, which will help me in the long run give back to you and be able to get a better camera for my videos. So as you see here, the second you clip it in, it automatically gets power. You have the Ecobee logo light up, and as of right now, I'm trying to peel off the screen protector that is over it. And apparently when peeling off that little piece, it didn't peel off the actual screen protector. But first, it has the Let's Get Started menu. Now, the things it wants to know is if you have multiple RC wires or just one, then it gives a list of the wires that it has detected. You tell it that those wires are good to go. Then it has, and then after you go through the normal of it asking you the temperature, like whether it's Celsius or Fahrenheit, we have it asking if you have air to air or if you have geothermal for your air conditioning unit. And then it wants to know if you're set on cool or heat right now. And then it asks for your heat pump and how it's set up to do the smart heat pump. And then it wants to know when to shut everything off. It gets below freezing type temperatures. And it says that it recommends for the heat pump 35 degrees Fahrenheit, being that I live in the US, we deal with Fahrenheit. Then it wants to know if you have a furnace type or if you have a boiler type. Generally, whatever it has selected, if you have a newer home, that's probably what you have. So you just run with it. And then it asks for what you'd like the device to be called. Real easy. I went with the upstairs for this one because this is my upstairs. And then it has for my downstairs one, downstairs, or you can name it whatever. And the main thing is in naming this is when you call for the device, you would use your trigger word, whether you're working with Siri, Echo device, or whatever. You say the trigger word and then you say turn temperature to blah blah blah. And then here is where you set up the Wi-Fi, and I'm currently typing in my Wi-Fi password. And once you set that up, it will connect. It had no issues connecting, really super fast, really easy. And once you sign in for the login, you should, as I have, been able to see what your temp is and go ahead and modify your temps. And you'll be able to double check and modify uh, anything you see while you're out and about. It's too easy to set this up. Successful as you see here with the Wi-Fi. And then I choose for auto right now. And then you set your ranges for heat. You set your range for cool. I did modify the heat range to go down. It's definitely not no 73. And the cool I set down to comfortable 73 right here. I went to 74, but then I modified it to 73. And then it is just giving you some information on setting up for the smart feature instead of just using it as a normal thermostat, which I don't know why you would buy this if you're not using the smart home and away feature. Unless you just want to have the ability to say turn the temp to this or that. That's the other big thing it does. But to me, for cost saving, you want to use the home and away. It also has something cool where it not only sets up and understands where you're at in time, but it detects where you actually live. I thought that was pretty cool, and it gives you your weather currently of where you live. Okay, so now we're all set up here, and I kind of wanted to do a 24 hours after the fact, go over a few things, what I've seen, noticed, and how it adapts and everything. So, first thing off the bat, it has the Amazon feature of it when you say certain things, calling out for the voice control feature from Alexa. But the thing is, when I say, Alexa, play Pandora.
Sloane Stephens will play against Madison Keys in the Women's 2017 U.S. Open Final on Saturday, September 9th, at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, see, that was wrong. I didn't ask you for that. But if you notice, we're going in here. This one, Alexa, stop. Stop. The one inside my office, I'm sorry, I kind of covered you up. The one that's over here inside my office heard. And that's going to be an issue you're going to run into because these Amazon Alexa driven devices, stop. They don't have the ESP in them to stop it from having another one interact when it hears your voice. And this one also will not play music on it as well. It will answer questions like I say, Alexa, 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 flip a coin.
I flipped a coin and got heads.
I could do certain things such as control my smart lighting. So in this room I have 2 Philips Hue bulbs, and I'll say, Alexa, Alexa, turn on KD color.
Okay.
And as you see, a colored bulb comes on in this room, which was the last time my niece said it was red. Alexa, turn off KD color.
Okay.
So there, it went off. Good to go. As far as the smart thermostat features, you can check it when you're away. I've done that pretty well. It monitored and reset the temps when we weren't home to a higher temperature, that when no one's home, you're still allowing everything inside your house to be within that cooler temperature, but it may not be what you like when you're home, but it's still protecting the interior of your home and everything you have. So that was really nice because that will essentially keep your power bill lower like it's supposed to and designed for. When you're moving away from the unit, it will tell you the weather. It has motion sensors in it. So what I did was I set one up here because during the hot summer months, this one will get pretty hot right here, and we want to make sure that this area here is cool as can be. So there's that little sensor right there. It will sense when we walk up and when we're around this vicinity, and it will try to keep it cool. And then I have one in the office over here that I have set up to monitor when we first get in, and that's because this area has no fan up here, as you see, but I have my computer in here running a lot, doing different things. So I want to make sure that it's cool because it's water cooled, and this machine goes by the ambient temperature to push through the radiators and pull and stuff through my radiators. So I need the room to be as cool as I can make it in order to better suit. So that's basically the gist of everything. You saw the install, you saw how it runs, the features that come with the voice activation software. Those features have it same as you would on any Echo device. The only thing you can't do is you can't change what you call it. So you have to say the keyword of Alexa in order for it to respond, unlike the Echo devices where you can say Echo, Alexa, Amazon. And then it won't do certain things because it's not a music speaker on it. So it's just an answering your question type thing or changing the temperature, controlling other smart devices. It won't play music or anything like that. But it does exactly what you need it to do. It's perfect. It's going to make sure you drop your temperatures when you're home. It's going to rise your temperatures up when you're away to keep your power bill low, or in the winter months it's going to keep your temperatures lower and then rise them up when you get home. So it's keeping you from being cold inside your house during the winter months and hot in the summer months. So it's going to do exactly what they say. You're going to save money, and it's a great investment. I wholeheartedly, after 24 hours, think this is the best thing I could have done, going from a normal thermostat to this. And time will show me, and I might do an updated video down the road on a little bit of more savings I get from using it without trying to change my daily habits on anything else that I use in the house. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button down below, please hit the subscribe button. And you might want to also hit that ding notification icon to let you know that I've uploaded a video. Seeing how I'm not always on the same video uploading schedule, I will try to get on to one, but at least when you hit that notification icon, it lets you know that there is a new video up, and you are more than likely going to be really interested in stuff I have coming up in the near future. So subscribe, notification, and thank you for hitting the like button, as I know you're going to. Until next time, peace.